Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a bad house fire broke out in Jonesboro yesterday afternoon. We'll bring you that story coming up.
Plus, the Maine legislature rushed to pass the supplemental budget plan as the session comes to a close next week.
And veteran Maine broadcaster George Hale, who was recently taken off air, was recognized for his extensive career. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Friday morning. Happy Friday, everyone.
Friday.
So excited
Yes.
about it. We'll have those stories and more coming up. It was nice to see George Hale get some recognition by the legislature yesterday. So those stories and more coming up. But first, to check out that forecast, and I didn't look at the weather this morning. I don't know what it's going to do.
I think
it's going to be okay, though. Yeah, I know it's going to be warming up as we go on the weekend. I usually check before we come out here.
Yeah, I think Sunday's supposed to be pretty nice.
I do know one guy that knows exactly what it's going to do, though.
Me too. We'll turn things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Janessa, thank you very much. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Clifton General Store. Start your morning right at Clifton General Store. Fresh coffee and hot breakfast, family owned and operated. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small craft advisory that will be expiring this morning. We've been watching for some active surf that has been occurring along the coast, and we'll be monitoring that as we do move forward in time. Meanwhile, the radar, we've been seeing a little bit of moisture aloft. We've been having a weak wave of energy passing through, but otherwise, another nice day taking place across our neck of the woods. As we do zoom things out, we have more energy further off toward the west, and we are going to be watching for some rain opportunities that will be moving in rather soon. So futurecasts moving forward for today. Again, we'll have a lot of sunshine today. We'll have more clouds approaching later on tonight, and there's our first round of rain moving in, which is good news. Again, we're still in drought in our neck of the woods, some snow further off towards the north. Again, any precipitation will be welcome at this point. So some gusty winds as we do move forward today, up to around 20 to even up to 30 miles per hour, depending on where you're at. Hourly forecast moving forward, we'll have some sunshine and clouds today. Temperatures overall in the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Janessa?
Thank you, Devin. We'll see you a little later on. Well, first this morning, everyone is safe following a bad house fire in Jonesboro. It was late on Thursday afternoon when crews were called to a home across from the Jonesboro Grange on Harrington Road. Genesiah Rizza posted on social media that it was her mother's home. She says her mom had gone to a store and something exploded while she was away. Firefighters worked quickly to snuff out the flames and were on the scene well into the evening. A cause of the fire is unknown at this time.
Well, firefighters also battled a raging house fire in the Aroostook County town of Westfield. This is video of the fire taken by onlookers and posted on social media yesterday. WVII TV is reporting that the Mars Hill, Presque Isle, and Easton fire departments all called to the scene on the Holton Road. Forest rangers were also on scene to help as the resulting grass fire spread away from that home. They were trying to protect other nearby homes. More information about that fire is expected to be released today.
Meanwhile, candidates seeking the governorship gathered in Newport last night as the Newport Economic Development Committee hosted a gubernatorial debate. Despite organizers saying all candidates were invited, the field was primarily made up of Republicans. One notable absence was Senator Jim Libby, who announced earlier he was withdrawing from that race. During the debate, candidates were asked about some of Maine's most pressing issues, including health care and affordability. Organizers say last night's event was part of their mission to help make politics more accessible to folks in more rural communities.
Decided to host this in Newport because in Newport we really service 8 other different towns as far as Heartland, Etna, Dixmont, different things like that, and Newport's kind of the hub of where stuff is. And now more than ever, this is such an important election cycle that we need to have candidates here right from the people in their constituents around the parts of the state.
The Newport Economic Development Committee is hosting a similar debate with candidates running for Senate next Thursday at 6 o'clock at the Newport Rec Center.
Well, meanwhile, the Maine legislature raced to pass a supplemental budget before the session comes to a close next week. The current proposal is more than $500,000. It includes a 2% tax on Mainers who make more than $1 million, and also $300 direct relief payments That'll be sent out to more than 500,000 Mainers. They were back in session Thursday working to formally enact the measure. Meanwhile, the Senate continued to work toward its initial vote, with support sharply divided along party lines in both chambers.
The budget has mostly good things. I understand people have complaints about certain things, but it fully funds the public schools, continues a free education, community college education. It fully funds health care and raises reimbursement rates for hospitals and providers.
I think, frankly, it's an embarrassment, and I think we saw that in some of the amendments that were offered in the Senate, that there's a lot of concern across the spectrum in a cross-partisan way about the budget and its insufficiency and deficiencies in dealing with the issues that real Maine people are dealing with.
Well, after lengthy debate, the Senate passed the budget. The final vote was 18 in favor and 16 opposed. The supplemental budget package brings Maine's total two-year budget to nearly $11.9 billion, and Governor Mills says she'll sign it into law.
The Maine House of Representatives voted yesterday to table a potential repeal of the 72-hour waiting period currently in effect for those purchasing a firearm. The resolve narrowly passed in the House by a vote of 77 to 70 and will now move on to the Senate. Right now, a gun seller must wait 72 hours before they can deliver a purchased firearm to the buyer. That waiting period was first instituted via legislation passed 2 years ago following the Lewiston mass shooting. Before the vote, some lawmakers cited research that said suicide is often an impulsive act committed during a crisis and called the waiting period essential to preventing suicide by reducing immediate access to lethal means. Others said the rights of gun owners should prevail.
The majority of people who attempt suicide and who are rescued do not go on again to kill themselves. But those folks who get their hands on a gun rarely have that second chance.
Maine's Constitution doesn't leave room for delay, doubt, or discretionary impositions, yet a mandatory waiting period does precisely that. It questions and obstructs the right of Mainers to exercise their fundamental constitutional freedom.
The law requiring the waiting period had been challenged via the court system as unconstitutional. Last year, a federal judge in Maine blocked enforcement of the law, but in the last week, a three-judge federal appeals court panel overturned that ruling, saying the waiting period was likely constitutional. With the vote yesterday, the state legislature will wait for the current litigation to play out in court before moving on to a potential repeal.
Well, Thursday at Bath Iron Works, Senator Susan Collins spoke about the Iran conflict, calling the ceasefire messy, but saying she thinks there will be better talks this weekend. Senator Collins and Senator Angus King both spoke at BIW. They're calling on the Trump administration to add more DDG-51 destroyers to its budget, saying the U.S. needs to keep pace with China's growing fleet. They both also talked about where they stand on the war with Iran.
My hope has always been that this would be a brief but successful conflict that would eliminate the ballistic missiles that Iran uses as a shield for its nuclear enrichment.
I think the war was illegal from the start. The president has an inherent power to defend the country in a case of an imminent threat. There was no imminent threat from Iran. Iran has been threatening for 47 years, but there was nothing to precipitate the level of contact that ensued after Israel and the United States entered into the bombing campaign.
In other news this morning, the University of Maine Faculty Senate is raising concerns about the, quote, lack of direction and strategic plan for the University of Maine. It was all detailed in a letter we have obtained sent by the Faculty Senate to the University President, Chancellor, and Board of Trustees. Our Grace Blanchard has the details.
An 8-page letter titled A Letter from Faculty Senate on Leading the University into the Future was sent to UMaine President Joan Farini Monday, UMS Chancellor Daniel Malloy, and the UMS Board of Trustees. In the letter, the Faculty Senate levels criticisms against the university's leadership, fiscal responsibility, and transparency. The Senate wrote that they believe the university is poorly prepared to face the challenges ahead and is lacking a clear strategic vision.
Not having clear direction, clear strategy, it makes it very difficult for faculty to organize their work and to focus on their priorities.
Recently appointed Faculty Senate President Henry Okono says their concerns highlight a more serious issue of disconnect between administrative leadership and faculty, which he says has contributed to low faculty morale.
If faculty have low morale, it's hard for them to teach the way they are supposed to. It's hard for them to do research at a level that is expected of each one of us.
According to Okono, the Faculty Senate met with administration on April 7th in an executive session where they discussed the contents of the letter. He says they are giving the administration more time to address the concerns.
One of the things that we're focusing on moving forward is some of our shared interest in bringing UMaine into the future, making sure that it's strong, making sure that we're serving our students and the state and our constituents to the best that we can.
The Faculty Senate has also requested that President Farini Mundi make a statement about the letter during their upcoming meeting on April 15th.
We intend to work together to find solutions to this problem. We all believe UMaine is a great university.
Grace Blanchard reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
We have received a response from the spokesperson for the University of Maine system, who says UMaine and UMS value shared governance and takes its faculty's feedback seriously. Well, the time now is 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the closure of the paper mill in Bucksport caused a ripple effect in the town, and now it's found its way back into this year's budget.
We'll explain why coming up, but first another look at that forecast. A partly cloudy day ahead today with temperatures almost near 60 degrees. Mostly cloudy with some rain tonight, lows dropping down to the upper 30s. Tomorrow morning, a little rain. Otherwise, a partly cloudy day ahead for Saturday. Highs around 51 degrees. We'll be right back.
This morning on GMA, just incredible how this 13-year-old boy got a life-saving kidney transplant. But the emotional donor reveal will make you stand up and cheer.
Hey, Elias, how are you?
Oh my God. See it this morning, only on GMA.
Are you in need of remodeling your bathroom? Want to convert your tub into a safe walk-in shower? Call the experts at Bangor Bathrooms by Design now. They offer complete bathroom remodels, and from start to finish, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call them now and save thousands. 659-6457. Enjoy that brand new bathroom you've always wanted from Bangor Bathrooms by Design. Transforming bathrooms, elevating lives.
Pat's Pizza in Holden is not just a restaurant that serves delicious food and pizza. They also have an adjacent party and event room. Consider having your birthday or office party at Pat's Pizza. They have a pro shop and a beautiful 9-hole golf course opening in the spring. Pat's Pizza Holden.
5 signs that text, email, or call is a scam. Number 1, you weren't expecting it. Number 2, it says there's a prize or a problem. Number 3, they want personal information. Number 4, they pressure you to act quickly. Number 5, they ask you to pay a specific way. There will always be scammers, but you don't have to be their victim. Brought to you by this station, the Maine Association of Broadcasters, and the Office of the Secretary of State.
Welcome back, everyone. Heating oil prices aren't showing any signs of dropping soon. The Maine Department of Energy Resources' latest weekly survey shows the average statewide price was $5.43 a gallon on April 6th. That's a 42% increase since the Iran war began. According to the Department of Maine consumes more residential heating oil per capita than any other U.S. state and consumes significantly more per capita than any other New England state. Approximately 50% of all Maine households rely on fuel oil as their primary heating source, although that figure has declined from 70% in 2010. Financial assistance for home heating oil is still available through the Home Energy Assistance Program, which is administered by Maine Housing.
The Heart of Ellsworth has launched a downtown housing opportunity project. They say the project is aimed at increasing housing availability, activating underutilized spaces, and supporting long-term economic vitality. In addition to identifying housing opportunities, they say the project will strengthen the City of Ellsworth and Heart of Ellsworth's ability to attract developers, investors, and new businesses by providing clear, accessible data about downtown properties and development potential. City of Ellsworth Economic Development Director Twilla Fisher says, quote, "One of the biggest opportunities we have in Ellsworth is within our existing buildings. This project will help us identify underutilized and upper floor spaces and turn that knowledge into actionable strategies that support both housing and growth."
Veteran Maine broadcaster George Hale, who was recently taken off the air, was recognized for his expansive career by the Maine legislature.
We all know what a magical medium radio is, and it was made better for your presence. With that, the chair is pleased to recognize in the rear of our chamber George Hale, Sue Pat, and Joe Pat from the town of Orrington. They are the guests today of the Senator from Penobscot, Senator Hagan, and the entire Maine State Senate. Would George please rise and accept our greetings?
Weeks ago, we spoke with Hale, who is now 93 years old, via phone while he was vacationing in Florida, and he confirmed to us that Blueberry Broadcasting said they were making some changes to the George Hale, Rick Tyler show, and he had been told he would no longer be part of it. On Thursday, Hale was lauded for hosting that show for more than 2 decades, as well as countless other aspects of his iconic tenure.
George, I'm so happy to be able to wish you well. You were kind of the voice of my childhood. I loved to listen to sports on the radio, and your voice was always there. The tone of your voice is the sound of basketball to me.
We all love him. We all appreciate him very, very much. He's a great man, deserves all the honors in the world, and we love you, and just wanted to thank you for all that you've done. Thank you.
One lawmaker also mentioned that Hale is slated to be the Grand Marshal at this year's 4th of July parade here in Bangor.
The closure of the Verso paper mill in Bucksport caused a domino effect of disruption for the town. Now, over 10 years later, that disruption has found its way back into this year's budget. Our Doug Banks with that story.
This budget process is a challenging one for the town of Bucksport.
Historically, the town of Bucksport has appropriated funds for various local and regional nonprofits. Now, the town council is reevaluating and proposing that those funds be paused for this year.
And revisiting those funding levels during our budget process next year.
Organizations who receive annual funding from the town spoke before the town council during an April 2nd meeting, including Buck Memorial Library, who per request from the town reduced its ask of financial assistance by 33%.
You're looking out for the well-being of the town, and I'm trying to look out for the well-being of the library.
The Eastern Area Agency on Aging's communications director explained how they've internally discussed rescinding its $1,500 request from the town. But its 200 to 300 person wait list for its Meals on Wheels program complicates the matter.
Our current funding doesn't meet the need that's in the community.
The EAAA also became the provider of meals for Bucksport's Senior Center last year after RSU 25 withdrew its services.
We were no longer able to keep them afloat. We were costing them money.
Today's budget challenges in Bucksport can be traced back to the closure of the Verso paper mill over a decade ago. According to town manager Jacob Gran, after its closure, the town used a combination of fund balance and reserves accumulated when the mill was in operation to reduce the town's tax rates and offset property taxes.
Last year was the first year that the town was no longer in a position to be able to do that, and that resulted in an increase in property taxes.
Gran says Thursday night's town council meeting aims to narrow down the funding levels for those nonprofits.
It's important to note that we still have 2 months left to work through this entire process.
In Bucksport, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The time now is 6:19. After the break, First Lady Melania Trump delivered an unexpected speech to the nation regarding sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
We'll have that for you. Plus, members of Holden and Ellsworth PD hit the gym to help people fight back against Parkinson's disease. Those stories and more straight ahead on Good Morning Maine.
The
Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
When I had first left for college, I was super excited to start pursuing my dreams, and I had met so many amazing people my freshman year. Yeah, some days were really hard, balancing work life and classes, but most of them, they were the best of my life, because I had something not everyone gets. A dad inspiring me every step of the way, and I'm so happy to graduate beside you.
When you work in disaster services, the phone rings at all hours. Penobscot Cleaning, can I help you? People appreciate hearing a real voice on the other end. Since 1976, that personal touch has set us apart. When disaster strikes, you just want your life back to normal. You want a reputable company, someone you can trust. We take care of things and give you peace of mind. I'm Jason Sear, owner of Penobscot Cleaning Services. 24/7, we're here for you.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
Members of the Holden and Ellsworth Police Department hit the gym on Thursday morning to join a group that is helping people fight back against Parkinson's disease one punch at a time. Thousands of Maters are battling the daily challenges of Parkinson's. Maine-based group Rocksteady Boxing Bold Coast has designed an exercise program that aims to help slow the progression of that disease. In recognition of April being Parkinson's Awareness Month, officers from Holden and Ellsworth PD don boxing gloves and join the class at Titan Athletics in Brewer.
We see some people here, they're walking a few months ago in a walker, and they have been coming consistently, and now they can walk with a walker, and the exercise is really good medicine for this disease.
I drive a lot for my job, and I would drive a few hours and start to feel stiffness to the level of pain. And since I've been taking this class, at some point those symptoms disappeared. So it's been helpful for me in that way.
The group was also surprised to receive a $500 donation from Holden's 25 Days of Kindness. The money will go toward purchasing new equipment, membership fees, and other expenses to help keep their mission going. Anyone interested in taking part in the program can sign up for classes, which are held on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
What a great program.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah. Well, we know what the weather's going to do now.
We do.
It's going to be a pretty nice day.
It is. We'll get a full look at our forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Clifton General Store. Start your morning right at Clifton General Store. Fresh coffee and hot breakfast. Family owned and operated. Alrighty, here we go. The last of that small craft advisory will be expiring this morning, so we're now done with that as the wave heights will be backing off. Let's check that out, and they are calming down. They're at around 3 to 5 feet. Still a little bit active further off towards the north and east. Farther out towards sea, a little bit higher at around 2 to 6 feet at this moment in time. Meanwhile, on land, we've had that little bit of energy passing through, some moisture aloft, and overall the wind will be the story today as the winds pick up to around 25 to even 30 miles per hour at times today. But we have some more energy further off towards the west, and we are going to be watching for some rain moving in, some snow across the northern parts of the state coming up, which we'll definitely welcome. We're still in drought across a good part of the state. So futurecast moving forward, lots of sunshine today. We'll definitely enjoy that too. Notice rainfall moving into a good part of the state later on this evening, and even more rain coming up overnight. Some snow to the north. This will start to clear out as we head towards Saturday morning. The winds turn out of the north. Some clouds and sunshine throughout Saturday afterward. Then things clear out as we head towards Saturday night and the parts of Sunday morning. And as for the rainfall, at least for the first round of things, around 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rainfall before we're all finished up. We'll definitely welcome that as we do move forward. And then we have even more precipitation on the way, even as we head towards next week. So between now and next week, a lot of water on the way. Again, we'll definitely welcome that. Again, as we definitely are in drought across a good part of the state, moderate to severe drought. Again, we'll definitely welcome this. Otherwise, for today, here we go. Partly cloudy and breezy, highs in the upper 50s, and that south wind at around 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, we have upper 30s, mostly cloudy rain showers and a light and variable wind. Everything gets a little busy again tomorrow. Some morning rain, then partly cloudy, lower 50s for the high. Northwest wind at about 30 miles per hour. And let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Clifton General Store. Mostly sunny for your Sunday with highs in the mid 50s. Rain showers Monday, highs in the low 60s, mid 60s Tuesday under a partly cloudy sky.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Got old metal and junk cars? Turn that clutter into cash at Daddy and Daughters. We make recycling easy, fast, and fair. From Skowhegan to Dover Foxcroft, from Troy to Lee, you can trust our certified scales and friendly service, offering top prices for junk vehicles in Maine. Whether you drop off or we pick up, Daddy and Daughters covers central and eastern Maine. Come see us at one of our 4 locations and watch your scrap pay off. Daddy and Daughters turn scrap into cash.
With over 30 years of experience, Patriot General Contractors knows how to get your home renovation project done right. Our certified contractors can help you build, redesign, or finish the project of your dreams. Check out Facebook page for reviews and visit patriotgeneralcontractors.com to schedule your quote today. Patriot General Contractors, redesigning your properties for the future.
Lights, camera, cheese! The Cheese House is looking for its next star, and it could be you. If you're 21 or older, enter for your chance to appear in the next commercial. Stop by the Cheese House at 5 Pike Drive in Fairfield to enter. While you're there, browse their huge selection of glassware and 420 specialty foods. But we have the cheese! Remember, entries are happening in person at the Cheese House, 5 Pike Drive in Fairfield. Bring your personality, bring your smile, and we have the cheese!
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Now to First Lady Melania Trump's unexpected speech about the investigation into sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Overnight, we learned the First Lady's remarks took the White House by surprise, and survivors of Epstein's abuse are now responding. ABC Sophie Flay has the details.
This morning, new reaction to First Lady Melania Trump's unprecedented speech, denying she had any relationship with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time. To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell.
The First Lady addressing the email she exchanged with convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell.
My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything more than casual correspondence.
Sources say White House officials were caught off guard by the First Lady's address, some asking why she was commenting on Epstein now. One source says there was discussion among people close to the First Lady about whether she should have addressed the issue, given that the public outcry over the Epstein files has subsided.
I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else, really.
But now, the First Lady is calling for congressional hearings for Epstein's victims.
Each and every woman should have her day to tell her story in public if she wishes, and then her testimony should be permanently entered into the congressional record.
A group of Epstein survivors now responding, accusing the First Lady of shifting the burden onto survivors rather than pushing for accountability. Writing, survivors of Jeffrey Epstein have already shown extraordinary courage by coming forward, filing reports, and giving testimony. Asking more of them now is a deflection of responsibility, not justice, and claiming the Trump administration has still not fully complied with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Today is day 3 of President Trump's 2-week ceasefire with Iran. The White House has said the deal is fragile, and overnight, President taking issue with Iran's handling of the Strait of Hormuz, meant to be open as part of the deal. ABC's Olivia Rubin with more.
This morning, President Trump's ceasefire with Iran centering on a key issue, the Strait of Hormuz. Trump accusing Iran of violating the agreement, which called for the strait's reopening in exchange for a pause in the bombing. But Trump now saying Iran is doing a very poor job of allowing oil through the strait, where 20% of the world's oil flows. It appears so far only 7 ships allowed to pass through yesterday, this time lapse showing the minimal traffic. President Trump writing, there are reports that Iran is charging fees to tankers going through the Hormuz Strait. They better not be, and if they are, they better stop now. But Iran also raising issues with the deal, pointing to Israel's sweeping attacks in Lebanon. The White House, though, insisting Lebanon was never part of the deal at all and urging Iran to let it go.
If Iran wants to let this negotiation fall apart in a conflict where they were getting hammered over Lebanon, which has nothing to do with them and which the United States never once said was part of the ceasefire, that's ultimately their choice. We think that would be dumb, but that's their choice.
And back in Washington, Democrats are pushing to vote on a war powers resolution that would require congressional approval for any future military actions, but it's not expected to pass the Republican-led Senate.
Now the vice president and others will head to Pakistan this weekend for the first in-person talks, and the State Department now says it will also host talks between Israel and Lebanon next week. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, Washington.
Well, now to a new report showing that women are having fewer babies. In fact, the fertility rate has hit a record low. Andrea Fugii with that story.
It's an undeniable trend. Fewer Americans are having babies. Just over 3.6 million were born in the U.S. last year. Sounds like a lot, but that's down 23% from back in 2007.
It's everything from less unintended teen pregnancies, that's a good thing, to women possibly having more kids later in life, to a whole other sort of social factors such as anxiety about the world and the cost to have children. All of it put together is likely why there are declining fertility rates.
Women are waiting longer to have babies. Birth rates are rising among women in their 30s and 40s, but experts say not fast enough to replace births from younger women.
There's many reasons people are delaying childbirth. Part of it is people are getting married later. People are more career driven. It's also less affordable now to not work.
But fewer children born overall means a declining population, raising concern about the labor force and wider economy.
I'll be known as the fertilization president.
To address the issue, the Trump administration has unveiled Trump accounts, investment accounts for children born after January 1st last year that come with a $1,000 government contribution. New York's mayor just announced his new attempt to help parents, free full-day daycare for preschoolers in high-need neighborhoods.
Holding down a 9-to-5 and managing pickup and drop-off at a traditional 3 p.m. time can be unmanageable. We see parents who are forced to either miss important work obligations, reduce work hours, or shell out for secondary childcare.
Some analysts worry about falling birth rates' impact on Social Security. Fewer Americans working means fewer Americans paying into the system. Andrea Fugii, ABC News, New York.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, the Artemis II crew is just hours away from one of the most dangerous parts of their mission.
They're returning home this morning. We'll have the story on Good Morning Maine.
This spring, invest in your nest with the County Federal Credit Union. Your home has grown in value, season after season. With the county's 1010 Home Equity Line of Credit, you can borrow up to your credit limit over 10 years, with interest-only payments over those 10 years, 10-10. And then you can stop and smell the roses, soak up the sun, and invest in your nest. The 1010 Home Equity Line of Credit, the County Federal Credit Union, countyfcu.org.
Davis Brothers Furniture is expanding. At Davis Brothers, we've always strived to stand out from the rest, and we are now proud to offer flooring for your home, featuring both carpeting and luxury vinyl flooring. We even have an installer in-house with over 30 years of experience. Come see the reason people have been traveling from all over the state and beyond to Davis Brothers Furniture in Guilford for decades. Davis Brothers Furniture, deliberately different, delivering statewide.
Peter Pan here. You know, I thought growing up would be the worst. Bills, responsibility, pants. But then I found a way to hack adulthood. It's called AAA. Grown-up perks, zero grown-up stress. Woo! Insurance and roadside assistance? Hey, yep. Oh! It's cool. I've got AAA. And don't forget, epic discounts on dining and travel. With AAA, it pays to be a member. A little more whipped cream, please? Yeah.
I'm Barry Higgins from Maple Lane Farm. We have our own beef herd here. We're on about 800 head, and it's raised right here on the farm. And we go direct to the consumer. No middleman, all natural, good old-fashioned Maine beef. Our quality is unbeatable. We have specials on Facebook every week. We guarantee our product 100%, whether it be beef, pork, or chicken. And we have a small selection of lamb also.
Maple Lane Farm, a candy store for a carnivore.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, April 10th, 2026, and this is also National Hug Your Dog Day.
Our dogs deserve all the love and affection we can give them, which is why there's a special day dedicated to giving them a good hug. Hugging your dog releases a feel-good hormone in both pup and person called oxytocin. Not only will a tight squeeze strengthen your bond, but it will also show your pet how much you care.
Some dogs don't like to be hugged.
No.
You know, they don't want to, but you know whether or not your dog likes it. My dog used to just love a good hug.
Yeah, definitely. I wish I had a dog to hug today, but maybe I'll have to go over to Catherine or the Humane Society.
I don't have a dog right now, but I hug dogs all the time when I see them. I don't go up and just hug them. I make sure I get to know them first. But
right.
Yeah, there's something that makes you feel good too.
Yeah.
You know?
So anyone that has a dog out there today, give them a nice, good squeeze.
Or you can hug your cat too, or your pet donkey, whatever you want.
Whatever you have.
Yeah. All right, let's keep moving on to history now. It was on this date back in 1849, the safety pin was patented by a mechanic in New York. Walter Hunt would then sell the rights for just $400. He missed out on a lot of money.
Yeah.
1925 on this date, F. Scott Fitzgerald's third novel was published to mixed reviews. Only 25,000 copies of The Great Gatsby had been sold by the time of his death, but it's now considered a classic and sells more than 500,000 copies each year. Even made some movies out of it.
Yes.
And in 1963 on this day, the nuclear submarine USS Thresher sank during deep diving tests off Cape Cod. It sank more than 8,000 feet to the ocean floor, killing 129 people on board. An investigation determined the probable cause of the disaster was a pipe failure in the engine room that caused flooding and a loss of electrical power.
Wow. And in 1970, Paul McCartney announced the breakup of the Beatles. In 1998, the Northern Ireland peace talks concluded as negotiators signed the Good Friday Agreement. The landmark settlement brought an end to 30 years of bloody attacks. And lastly, in 2019, scientists released the first image ever made of a black hole. It was captured by a team of scientists using the Event Horizon telescope. It revealed a fiery donut-shaped object in a galaxy 55 million light years away from Earth.
Fascinating and
It is.
terrifying at the same
Also
time.
terrifying, yes.
All right, today's birthdays include actor David Harbour from Stranger Things. He is 51 years old today. Actress Mandy Moore turns 42. I'm a big fan. She's a great actress. And singer Maren Morris is 36 years old today.
I like Maren Morris.
And happy birthday to you also, if your birthday is today.
We'll turn things right back over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Janessa, thank you very much. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Clifton General Store. Start your morning right at Clifton General Store. Fresh coffee and hot breakfast, family owned and operated. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small craft advisory that will be expiring this morning. We've been watching for some active surf that has been occurring along the coast, and we'll be monitoring that as we do move forward in time. Meanwhile, the radar, we've been seeing a little bit of moisture aloft. We've been having a weak wave of energy passing through, but otherwise, another nice day taking place across our neck of the woods. As we do zoom things out, we have more energy further off toward the west, and we are going to be watching for some rain opportunities that will be moving in rather soon. So futurecasts moving forward for today. Again, we'll have a lot of sunshine today. We'll have more clouds approaching later on tonight, and there's our first round of rain moving in, which is good news. Again, we're still in drought in our neck of the woods, some snow further off towards the north. Again, any precipitation will be welcome at this point. So some gusty winds as we do move forward today, up to around 20 to even up to 30 miles per hour, depending on where you're at. Hourly forecast moving forward, we'll have some sunshine and clouds today. Temperatures overall in the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Janessa.
Looking nice.
Thank you, Devin. Still to come here this morning, Jack Webb with sports.
Don't go away.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out half-off deals from foxbangor.com.
For the perfect floral arrangement, look no further than Luigi & Fredericks in Bangor. Our expert florists beautifully arrange flowers for any celebration or occasion. Trust Luigi & Fredericks for bouquets that brighten anyone's day.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with half-off deals from foxbangor.com.
I got hurt by a big truck. Why did I call the twos? Because life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money, and I'll fight to get it for you. We got a client who broke multiple bones in a commercial vehicle accident, $700,000. Another client had a brain injury, and we got them $1.15 million. If you get hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a big truck? Call the twos. We win for you.
Hey guys, see anything in the clouds? That one kind of looks like a cat.
Santa Claus. Wow. Eating a sandwich.
That's specific.
A car that sees what you can't.
Yep, that's it.
How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Lease an all-wheel drive Hyundai Tucson SE for $209 a month, or get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days. Hurry in.
Say sorry. Your Honor. It's not an answer. I love this job.
Judge Judy.
Weekdays at 5 on ABC 7.
Welcome back in, folks. Big news out of Herman on Thursday as former NASCAR driver Ricky Craven has partnered up with Darlings to sponsor the Pro Stock Series starting this summer. Our Max Sturm caught up with Craven and the Darlings team.
You can see the passion, and that's what we're about.
Thursday marked another exciting day for race fans in Central Maine, as Darlings has partnered up with Ricky Craven to be the official sponsor of the Pro Stock Series and the official car and truck of Ricky Craven Speedway presented by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. The partnership is one that Craven and Jay Darlings say is a perfect fit.
To be able to team with Darlings, official car, official truck, and the Pro Stock Series sponsor, it just brings it all together.
Seeing the new direction, the new vision, it was really a big part of us stepping up and spending more money and partnering with them to provide a better, entertainment product.
Everyone was super excited, and a lot of the employees that raced over there are super excited now.
When Craven assumed ownership of the track last fall, he set out to restore the life the Speedway once had. He says the partnership with Darlings and the return of the Pro Stock Series is a crucial step in making that dream a reality.
We're bringing a brand of car and driver that simply hadn't been here for a long time, and it's going to be here in a capacity like it's never been.
The agreement with Darlings and other companies has already allowed for big changes to be made to the Speedway.
We have put a lot of effort and a lot of money into the backstretch. We've recreated that. It does not look anything like the old Speedway. It's going to be a beautiful racetrack when we're done.
Obviously really excited about the changes that are coming up and all the renovations that are being done there. It's gonna be a great facility.
The 7-race season will begin on June 6th. Craven says above all else, he cannot wait for fans to experience an all-new atmosphere on race day.
The fans will see something different. They'll see quite an improvement when they arrive on June 6th. That'll be our maiden voyage. We're quite excited about that.
In Bangor, Max Sturm, ABC 7 and Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you for that, Max. Something for racing fans to look forward to this summer. We'll go to Boston now and hit the ice, where the Bruins are looking to officially clinch a postseason berth here in the coming days. Bruins didn't play on Thursday, but they could have clinched the berth with this formula. Stay with me. I wasn't a math guy. Here's the Maple Leafs win over the Islanders, paired with a Buffalo win over Columbus, also paired with a Flyers win over Detroit. But if the Bruins don't hit the 3-leg parlay to cash in a playoff berth, they can do the work themselves over the next 3 games, starting with the Lightning on Saturday, as the Bruins still have a great chance to make the Stanley Cup playoffs. Don't forget, first-round pick James Higgins is set to make his Bruins debut on Saturday. Let's check in on those scores. The Bruins did not clinch a playoff spot tonight. You see the Maple Leafs falling to the Islanders, Sabres getting the win, but the Red Wings also beating the Flyers. Bruins hosting the Lightning Saturday. A little Saturday matinee for you right there at 12:30. It was a playoff tune-up on the hardwood for the Celtics on Thursday night as they went to MSG to battle the Knicks in what could be a preview of the 2-3 matchup in the second round of the playoffs. Celtics trailed in the first, but they came storming back as Pritchard gets to the hole, gives the Celtics the lead. We go late to the fourth. Baylor Shireman had himself a night. 6 threes for him in this one, but it was Josh Hart who iced the game late. Yes, Josh Hart. First, this 3 to put the Knicks up 5 with Vucevic in his face. Then next possession, he delivers the dagger as the Knicks go on to win 112-106. Tatum scored 24, 13, and 8 in his return to MSG, where he was injured last postseason. We'll go local now, where former South Portland and Tennessee basketball star J.P. Estrella is heading to Michigan. The Scarborough native who played for the Vols the past 2 seasons will now join the defending national champs. The 6'11" power forward still has 2 years eligibility left. He fills a major role for the Wolverines. JP averaged 10 points and 10 rebounds a game for the Volunteers this past season, leading Tennessee into the Elite Eight, where the Vols fell to the eventual champion Wolverines. I mean, we've been spoiled. Now we got a Mainer who's atop the transfer portal rankings, going to the defending champs. Very cool story there. For now, that's all down here on the Sports. We'll be right back after.
Peter Van here. You know, I thought growing up would be the worst, but then I found a way to hack adulthood. It's called AAA. With AAA, it's all about the perks, just like being a kid, except with better snacks and no bedtime. Yes, it pays to be a member.
The marathon of life can be challenging. Chores and responsibilities keep us from the things we once loved and the aspirations we set. But it's never too late to find your second wind. With an affordable, fully online program and advisors to help you along the way, you can cross the finish line when it works for you. Finish strong at the University of Maine.
When the unexpected happens. Really? We'll get you running again. Uninterrupted. Together, we're united. United Ag and Turf, your local John Deere dealer.
Peter Van here. You know, I thought growing up would be the worst, but then I found a way to hack adulthood. It's called AAA. With AAA, it's all about the perks, just like being a kid, except with better snacks and no bedtime. Yes, it pays to be a member.
Welcome back, everyone. Countdown to splashdown. The crew of Artemis II is coming home today, a dangerous journey re-entering Earth's atmosphere.
Well, you might be surprised what the astronauts are looking forward to when they get back. Here's ABC's Hannah Battah with more.
The Artemis II crew is just hours from one of the most dangerous parts of their mission, returning to Earth.
It's in my head about an hour and a half of things that have to go right. They're coming home pretty fast.
Today, the Orion spacecraft will separate from the service module that's been powering it. Orion's heat shield will protect the capsule from temperatures up to 5,000 degrees. As Orion enters Earth's atmosphere, it'll travel nearly 24,000 miles per hour. Then parachutes will deploy, slowing down the spacecraft as it splashes down tonight off Southern California. The astronauts will then be brought to a Navy ship where they requested one thing in particular be waiting for them.
The biggest request that they had was uncrusted sandwiches.
As they anticipate those crustless sandwiches, they're packing up and pausing to reflect on their historic trip around the moon.
This is just the beginning, and there's nothing that we can't accomplish when we pull all of our differences together, not in spite of them, but when we pull them together and we work on something big for the good of everyone.
As Orion hurtles toward the Earth, the University of Pittsburgh will be one of 8 universities selected by NASA to help track its path. Students will use equipment to capture the spacecraft's radio signal to see where it is and how fast it's moving.
It's so gratifying to see the students accomplish this very cool task of, can we track and see, so to speak, the astronauts as they travel back and forth to the moon.
The students will pass on their findings to NASA. ABC News will bring you live coverage of the astronauts' return tonight, beginning at 7:30 Eastern. Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
It's so nice to see a younger generation now getting excited about this whole space program.
Yeah, I've been hooked for a while on this. It's so cool.
Yeah, good stuff.
Well, now here's meteorologist Devin Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Clifton General Store. Start your morning right at Clifton General Store. Fresh coffee and hot breakfast. Family owned and operated. Alrighty, here we go. The last of that small craft advisory will be expiring this morning, so we're now done with that as the wave heights will be backing off. Let's check that out, and they are calming down. They're at around 3 to 5 feet. Still a little bit active further off towards the north and east. Farther out towards sea, a little bit higher at around 2 to 6 feet at this moment in time. Meanwhile, on land, we've had that little bit of energy passing through, some moisture aloft, and overall, the wind will be the story today as the winds pick up to around 25 to even 30 miles per hour at times today. But we have some more energy further off towards the west, and we are going to be watching for some rain moving in, some snow across the northern parts of the state coming up, which we'll definitely welcome. We're still in drought across a good part of the state. So futurecast moving forward, lots of sunshine today. We'll definitely enjoy that too. Notice rainfall moving into a good part of the state later on this evening, and even more rain coming up overnight. Some snow to the north. This will start to clear out as we head towards Saturday morning. The winds turn out of the north. Some clouds and sunshine throughout Saturday afterward. Then things clear out as we head towards Saturday night and the parts of Sunday morning. And as for the rainfall, at least for the first round of things, around 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rainfall before we're all finished up. We'll definitely welcome that as we do move forward. And then we have even more precipitation on the way, even as we head towards next week. So between now and next week, a lot of water on the way. Again, we'll definitely welcome that. Again, as we definitely are in drought across a good part of the state, moderate to severe drought. Again, we'll definitely welcome this. Otherwise, for today, here we go. Partly cloudy and breezy, highs in the upper 50s, and that south wind at around 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, we have upper 30s, mostly cloudy rain showers and a light and variable wind. Everything gets a little busy again tomorrow. Some morning rain, then partly cloudy, lower 50s for the high. Northwest wind at about 30 miles per hour. And let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Clifton General Store. Mostly sunny for your Sunday with highs in the mid-50s. Rain showers Monday, highs in the low 60s. Mid-60s Tuesday under a partly cloudy sky.
When disaster strikes, who do you call? Penobscot Cleaning Services for smoke and fire damage, water and storm damage, and even nasty mold. Who do you call? Penobscot Cleaning Services for the cleanest carpets, guaranteed. Who do you call? Penobscot Cleaning Services, from cleanup to restoration and everything in between. Wow! Tell your insurance company you want Penobscot Cleaning Services. Visit our website for more info. We'll restore things to normal in no time.
Hey! That ought to do it.
Who hurt you?
When I was 29, I was diagnosed with cancer. And I think part of research and advocating for more money for cancer research allows survivors to have more time. Senator Collins supports and advocates for more funding for cancer research so that people can have better treatments, they can have better outcomes, and therefore they can live better lives as cancer survivors. Thank you, Senator Collins. Continue fighting for our families.
No one could understand why anybody would kill a firefighter.
3 of the soldiers got shot!
Get the med kit!
He's a firefighter. Oh, God, no.
Tonight, the new 2020 on ABC and stream on Disney Plus and Hulu.
This is your post saying the Balder is missing. No. What do you mean, no? I didn't post any missing. Ma'am, it's on. You gave it to me.
Hot Bench. Friday at 3 on ABC 7.
A bizarre sight for some in San Francisco's Soma neighborhood on Wednesday. That's a depiction of Elon Musk's head on a four-legged, flesh-colored autonomous robot. It actually is part of an art installation titled Regular Animals. It walked around surprising Giants fans ahead of Wednesday's game at Oracle Park. It's the work of a globally recognized digital artist named Mike Winkelmann, also known as Beeple. Wednesday was the first time one of the robots was deployed into a live public crowd.
There is not one person that stops by and doesn't take out their phone and take a picture of it. And I think it's just this mix of really high quality, I mean, it looks like a real head, with robotics, which everybody has seen these previews of, but so few people have seen them in person. And so it just feels like a glimpse of something.
This interactive stunt is a lead up to Beeple's expedition at the Node Gallery Space Palo Alto on April 18th. Beeple has also made autonomous robots with the faces of Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos.
It's weird looking.
It is.
Yeah.
It's, dare I say, it's a little creepy.
Yeah.
But,
Well, the face looks so realistic.
It does.
Wow, that is creepy. When a hurricane threatens Tampa Bay, evacuating 20,000 animals just isn't an option. Well, now the Florida Aquarium has another way to protect them. Aquafence says it's donating their flood barrier system to the aquarium thanks to support from Tampa General Hospital, which already knows how well it works, as it protected the hospital during Hurricanes Helene and Milton. The aquarium says this will help them protect their research too. Right now, they're in the installation process. They're analyzing the property and have the engineers coming in and out. Their goal is to get it installed at the aquarium toward the latter end of this hurricane season. It will protect all the animals and the infrastructure there.
I think that's a good addition.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time that we have left for this hour, but you can join us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That's next on Fox 22.
Yeah, we have a guest joining us telling us about a big
Yes.
road race that's going to take place from Prospect all the way to Fort Knox and Bucksport.
It'll be interesting.
All right. Have a great day, everyone.
Yeah, we would be too. Speed means fast uploads, no lag, and zero buffering. But it also means calling you back, showing up on time, and treating you like a person, not a problem. So whether you're working, streaming, gaming, or all three, it is time to make the switch to a provider that actually tries. Go NetSpeed. Service isn't dead. It just moved local.
Looking for a great glass at prices that don't break the bank? The Cheese House in Fairfield has you covered. From classic designs to unique styles, our huge selection of quality glassware is perfect for every taste and every budget. Friendly staff, honest pricing, and new pieces arriving all the time. There's always something fresh to see. Stop into the Cheese House at 5 Pike Drive, Fairfield. Great glass, great prices, and a great time.
At Spectrum, we believe a great connection shouldn't come with compromise. And now, it doesn't have to. Get Spectrum fiber-powered internet. And when you add 2 mobile phone lines, it's just $30 a month each. Experience the fastest internet and most reliable 5G network. And save $1,000 on internet and mobile in your first year. Guaranteed. That's the Spectrum Savings Guarantee. Call now or go online to save $1,000 on internet and mobile.
I know that you're sitting right in front of me, but can I say hi to Douglas?
Obviously.
Hey, gorgeous.
Hi, Douglas. Douglas is making this interview super fun.
When I rescued him, he was 8 weeks old.
I'm being licked right here.
Dougie's really the star.
Where does the dog go after the show?
My house.
Weekdays at 11 on Fox 22.
Good Morning Maine on WFVX, Fox 22. From the Great Northwoods to the Rockmount Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a bad house fire broke out in Jonesboro yesterday afternoon. We'll bring you the story coming up.
Plus, the Maine legislature rushed to pass the supplemental budget as the session comes to a close next week.
And veteran Maine broadcaster George Hale, who was recently taken off the air, was recognized for his extensive career before the Maine legislature yesterday.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop.
And I'm Craig Colson. Happy Friday, everyone.
Yes, happy Friday.
Yeah, I'm so glad it's Friday. We'll have those stories and more coming up over the next hour. We've got a special guest joining us to tell us about a road race that's going to take place in the Bucksport area.
Yep.
But first, to check that forecast, and it's looking like a nice day ahead today. Kind of warm, too.
Kind of warm.
Yeah.
We'll turn things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.